Welcome to Dan ARG YouTube. Emmanuel Agbogun they talk about the girl with them drag come out for plane because the girl refused to turn off her phone. Make I leave you make you hear from Emmanuel Agbogun.
Madam, I beg come on for make I pass. Everybody that leave the restaurant. Come on for make I pass. I don't see wahala. I want to go out. And here hostess is standing on the way.
If you watch that video very carefully, the latest one I just saw that popped up about an hour ago on the media, the girl was saying, allow me to get down from the flight. You refused letting her down from the flight. Then what you were doing next was for you to call up your staff to come and pull her out of the same flight. For crying out loud, that girl will go through the departure lounge. She must pass through security personnel. If she wanted to get that girl arrested, there were very many windows rather than assaulting her. For crying out loud, you know. And I think it's very disrespectful for the airline operators of Nigeria to come out to say that the way Oshiomhole obstructed them, the way K1 obstructed them, and nobody is talking about how they have made passengers go through strenuous pains and disappointments. They are only just talking about themselves. Let's be realistic. This is an all-round thing. Yes. A warm good afternoon to you all, my conscious adult people and Nigerians across the globe. I remain no other person than yours, noble right activist, comrade Agbogun Emmanuel. As you all know, I'm still on medications and I'm trying to just use the social media to while away time, you know, and I've been on this issue of this comfort Emmanson issue as it affects Ibom Air. The truth to ask is that, or to say rather, is that I think the Nigerian airline operators of Nigerians are being very, very unfair to themselves. Very, very unfair to Nigerians also. Because they are the ones who will cancel your flight. They are the ones who will delay your flight. There's no compensation to passengers and to Nigerians who are patronizing them. They'll also be the one to increase, you know, all sort of charges in the name of flight changes and all that. And at the end of the day, they don't face any penalty. I know how many times I've been on the airport to fly and they'll tell you that flight has been cancelled. You'll be thinking you are supposed to be in Abuja to meet up, you know, an appointment. At the end of the day, you know, you either go and start looking for another means to meet up that journey. And at the end of the day, you are not being made to get any form of compensation. Now, I agreed from what they said that they told the girl to put off her phone and the girl refused. I wasn't there, I cannot judge. But even that had happened while the flight took off from UYO. UYO to Lagos is over 45 minutes flight. What had stopped the air hostess from communicating with the pilot that we needed to arrest this girl upon arrival? And upon arrival, the security agencies are made to be available to pick up the girl while every passenger was highlighting the flight. But what the air hostess did rather was to block the girl from exiting the flight and brought her own colleagues. Because if you look at the personnel that were on ground, they were no members of the Nigerian Air Force or rather of the Nigerian police. They were strictly Ibom Air staffs. Look at the videos that are trending on Twitter and TikTok and other social media platforms. You agree with me that the air hostess waited for their male staffs to come and forcefully pull her out of the flight, embarrassing her. Imagine if that woman, that young lady, this Comfort, was to be a sister of one of those air hostesses. Would they have done what they did to her in that manner? Let us be realistic. And these airline operators, they are making statements. They are mentioning Oshiomole's name. They are mentioning K1's name. They are mentioning Comfort's name. What about the over thousands and millions of Nigerians that they have caused to go through too many hardship because they want to board their flights? Let us be realistic for once. It's so painful that somebody will gather hundreds of thousands to board the flight, and at the end of the day, you begin to treat the person. One air hostess will begin to treat the person as if without that flight, the person won't go to wherever he or she is going to. If you watch that video very carefully, the latest one I just saw that popped up about an hour ago on the media, the girl was saying, allow me to get down from the flight. You refuse letting her down from the flight. Then what you were doing next was for you to call up your staff to come and pull her out of the same flight. For crying out loud, that girl will go through the departure lounge. She must pass through security personnel. If she wanted to get that girl arrested, there were very many windows rather than assaulting her. For crying out loud, you know. And I think it's very disrespectful for the airline operators of Nigeria to come out to say that the way Oshiomhole obstructed them, the way K1 obstructed them, and nobody is talking about how they have made passengers go through strenuous pains and disappointments. They are only just talking about themselves. Let's be realistic. This is an all-round thing. I think it's high time, because for on several occasions I booked a flight that is to leave by 7:30 in the morning. That flight will not leave till about 10 o'clock. It will not leave till about 10 o'clock. And they will make you late for your appointment. And at the end of the day, there's no level of compensation. Now, people are reacting or having issues with them. You know, they are making it look as if the Nigerians are troublesome people. The whole number of times, what am I trying to say in essence? The whole number of times we try to board flights and, you know, people don't get the required timing, or rather, people don't get the required departure time when they intend to board a flight. Who pays them? Who gets some level of compensation for all those inconveniences? That's what I'm trying to say here. It doesn't make any sense at all. Let's be realistic. It doesn't make any sense at all. At all. It's paining me, because if somebody wanted to stop a moving flight, you did not stop the person. And at the end of the day, the flight moved. Because of why? The man had a water in a can. For Canada, that man had passed through scanning from the airport, passed through all the airport boarding procedures, and getting to the flight. You say you wouldn't go with a can. It doesn't make sense. People should be made to pay for all those things, because most of the times I've been traveling, they'll tell me, no, you're not allowed to go with this on the flight. I'll say, can I go and check it back into my luggage? They'll tell you, no. I know many times I've dashed perfumes and every other thing to passengers or to airport attendants or the rest, you know, in our airports, because they will tell you cannot board with it. And I know where I'm going to is not that perfume or that body spray or whatever thing that will make me lose my flight. I'll quickly hand it over to somebody and you know, go about my movement. But I really feel for this girl, because for me, this girl is seriously oppressed. There's no other version anybody would lead to it. She's seriously oppressed. I don't know why Nigerians were always very quick to condemn. In less than an hour, or sorry, less than 24 hours, they have charged her to court, remanded her, you know, in prison custody. And none of the airline operators are even being made to face any level of sanction. If you want to arrest the young girl, must you strip her naked? Must you pull her out of the flight naked? Are there no, you know, better way of arresting somebody or arresting the situation in the first place? We should not be praising nonchalancy and stupidity all the time. These airline operators, just like what Oshiomhole was saying the other day in the airport, you are telling people to come and pay to join the next flight because they didn't come on time to board an airplane. And online, they will tell you to board online, to check in online. And when you do that, they'll tell you that because you didn't come 1 hour to the time, you had already checked in and you are not going with any luggage. And you have said that you are going to board that flight. And you truly came to the airport before the flight was to depart. and they were still boarding into the flight. They say because you did not come 1 hour to the time, because they've sold that ticket to someone else, they will tell you that, oh, you should you should wait for next flight, or you should go and rebook and pay some certain amount. All of those things are fraud now. We should be telling ourselves the truth in this country. What they are doing to this comfort, I don't know why before, God sees my heart, is a clear act of oppression. A very clear act of oppression. One thing that's even giving me joy is that Ibom Air, that girl is either from Cross River or from Akwa Ibom. It is your own investment that you did for your people. So if this is how you people want to treat your Akwa Ibom people, I think other people will now know that this is how they treat Akwa Ibom people on airplanes. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. D1 obstructed a flight from moving. Did anybody arrest him? He was even assaulting the owners of airplanes. Did anybody arrest him? Because this girl now, they are looking at her as a runs girl, or as somebody who does hook up, or they are seeing her as somebody who is not from a wealthy background. They want to intimidate her. These things we are doing in Nigeria, one day, cop go full. Oh, it doesn't make sense at all. It doesn't make any sense what they are doing to that girl. Now they've gone to remand her in Krikri. Doesn't make any sense. I want to tell the world today that if you look into what that air hostess did, because sometimes some of these people who are air hostesses and flight attendants on our airplanes, sometimes they look down on very many people because they think they have connections and they meet with big people all the time. So they just look at every other person as a commoner. I'm telling you from experience, no? I'm telling you from experience. But I also want to condemn the fact that if Comfort was told to switch off her phone and she did not put her phone on flight mode, because for crying out loud, I can be traveling and I don't want to turn off my phone. I put my phone on flight mode and there's no network to the phone, but I can be playing music with my phone. I can even be watching movies on my phone while I'm traveling. So I don't see a reason why you must force me to off my phone. Come on. Let's be realistic now. Because from what the statement I just read that they released over an hour ago or so, that they are giving her a life ban. Come on, for crying out loud, Nigerians, we should wake up. The number of times that these airplane operators that they are telling us that we should wait to sorry for inconveniences, that this flight can no longer take departure anymore due to some inconveniences and mechanical issues and all that. Who then compensates the passengers? This was what Oshiomhole was saying. These flight people, they are not taking, and the way they even put prices, sometimes a flight that is supposed to leave for 100K, you see sometimes they will put that flight for 230,000, and people are still paying to fly. You don't even respect Nigerians. You are treating them anyhow. Come on, it doesn't make sense. I want government, I want you guys to, particularly the Minister of Aviation, it's not only for the operators. The passengers should also enjoy some level of consistency, because they cancel flights, they delay flights. Who then bear the brunt? Is it not the passengers? Is it not the passengers? But this one, that the D1 that tried to stop a flight that we all condemned, I think if D1 was not made to face any arrest and he apologized and he left, they should also give this same girl the same window. So I don't see a reason. And the air flight operators, now done it too much. We'll tell ourselves the truth. It doesn't make any sense. That's what I'm trying to say, man, because it's really pissing me off. My head just ache me. I don't want to shout. It's really pissing me off, man. I must tell you guys the truth. What they are doing to this girl is a clear act of oppression. A clear act of oppression. And I beg the concerned authorities, particularly our senators and House of Rep members and Federal Minister of Aviation, to immediately look into this.
Now we don't hear from Emmanson. Let us know what you think for this matter. Go to comment section, make you put your own. If you never subscribe to Dan ARG YouTube, try make you subscribe, so that make you for the hear all the things where they happen for Nigeria. Make I leave you with this video, make you help us share them. Thank you for watching Dan ARG YouTube.